walk past it. It is meaningless in law. Nobody, not even the landowner, can stop you going for a walk. Now, I'm not suggesting you go into somebody's garden and stare through their front window. That's slightly different. But in an open area like this, open land, no law of trespass. Now, that means there was nothing to stop you doing it. And when the Scottish Parliament reopened after many hundred years, 25 years ago now, what they did was they introduced a piece of legislation, a positive piece of legislation, to enshrine in law your right to wander the open land of Scotland. So previously there was nothing to stop you doing it, and now there's a piece of legislation to actively allow you to do it. So using both things, you can go for a walk wherever you want. Nobody can stop you. Brilliant. But here's the thing. In fact, hold on. This is a beautiful. This is my favourite little bit. The road just winds down and then goes over the other side. But there's a wee bridge. As we cross over a bridge, look to your left, back the way, because you'll see Loch Drunkie. You'll see Loch Drunkie. There's some cyclists there, so let's be nice and careful. Yeah, there we go. So, have a wee look down to your left hand side there.
Okay, yeah.
And this is Loch Drunkie. That's Loch Drunkie there. Right, you know what? It's quite quiet. I'm just going to pull in here a wee bit. Just pull in a wee bit. And I'm off the road now. So you wee, again, the trees have got a few more leaves on them than they had. But that's Loch Drunkie. So that's the fourth loch. Third one we've seen, but the fourth loch. So you've got Venacher, Achray, Loch Catherine, and then Loch Drunkie. And that's it there. Bit misty, but quite nice. Quite nice on the outside. And there's a couple of wee extra things to what I was saying that's quite funny. So why do we have national parks now? Well, this is a bit counterintuitive, but we actually realised we needed national parks not to allow access, but to control access. The southern end of this national park is only half an hour outside Glasgow on a good day, so it could get very busy. So they created national parks for management purposes, not to allow access, but management purposes. And a few folk got a little bit upset about it, because ironically, within some of this national park, there are no camping areas. Now that completely goes against what Scotland was used to. But again, if you're being sensible about it, you realise it's about management. So there are just a few no camping zones in this national park, and there are a number of campsites. But go out with that area and you can pretty much camp wherever you want with no issues whatsoever. There you go. And you want to know the ultimate irony, and it's nice that you're from the States, because I think and I don't want there's no pressure here. I don't want you to let me down, because being from the States, I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm sure the answer will be yes. And you will have heard of somebody called John Muir.
Yes, I have been to his home.
Yeah, exactly. Now, often described, again, apologies for the kind of old-fashioned language, but described as the father of the American Park Service. Huge big influence on Canada as well. Here's the irony. The country that for years said, nah, we don't need national parks, is the country that gave you guys John Muir, because he was born in Scotland. He was born in a little place called Dunbar, just outside of that city on the east coast that must never ever be mentioned. So John Muir was born here. He emigrated as a wee boy with his brother and his mother and father. So all these interest in ecology and environmental issues pretty much, came to him when he was in the States. But that's not the point. He's Scottish, therefore we'll just claim him as a Scot, okay? So Oh, it's quite misty here, isn't it? There's something called the John Muir Trust in Scotland here. And the John Muir Trust, it's nothing to do with national parks, nothing official or anything like that, but it's been a charitable body for many, 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 many years. And it's involved in a lot of things like, path building, volunteering, and stuff like that. So that's the John Muir Trust. So John Muir is remembered in this country by way of the John Muir Trust, but obviously because he emigrated, he didn't have the impact that he did in the US or Canada, for that matter.